think this is in focus. If not, I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, so hi, I'm Sydney, and I'm here today to bring you the video that nobody was expecting or asking for. And that video is basically to explain where I have been for the past few months. It's been a while. This is super weird for me. I hate doing this. So you guys have maybe noticed that I haven't made that many videos recently, and the ones I have made are mostly just like challenges with friends and stuff. Okay, my heart's starting to pound really hard. This is fun. I haven't like gotten any comments or anything. Like, I don't think anyone's like, I wonder why her content has been different recently, or like why she hasn't been releasing as much. I don't have a very big like recurring audience. I don't really know how else to say it, but I don't really have like a vast majority of people who watch more than like one or two of my videos. I have like a few people that comment on a lot, and some of them like follow me on Twitter. Majority of the people that stumble upon my videos are like searching, you know, keywords online, and that's where they come by. So like, I know this isn't anything that anyone asked for, and I know like it's not, no one's watching this like, oh wow, this explains so much. Okay, I'm just gonna get to it. So I'm making this video because I want to explain why I haven't been making videos. Just because, not because I think that anyone is like curious or concerned, just because I feel kind of, I guess, guilty or bad about it. And so I just wanted to kind of explain, because honestly, the thing is that I love making videos on YouTube. I've had a really great, it's been a little over 2 years now. The anniversary of my first video was like a couple weeks ago. So it's been a little bit over 2 years now, and I've made song parodies, I've made skits, I've made videos where I just ramble about stupid stuff, I've made reactions and reviews and blah 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 blah. This last year I didn't release as much, at least in the last few months of the year, and okay. That is because I have been struggling with depression and anxiety. And I know I said that while laughing and with a lot of awkwardness and a smile on my face, and it's not because I like think it's a joke or something, it's just because this is really uncomfortable for me to make. This video, it's weird to talk about, and I know it shouldn't be weird to talk about, but it just feels weird because I don't tell a lot of people in my life about this side of me, and the people that do know, I don't talk about it a lot because I just feel really, I guess, awkward or embarrassed, or I don't think anyone ever knows what to say, which isn't good, and I'm not trying to like condone that or, you know, try to set a bad example for anyone, but that's just why this is so weird for me. But I did post something on Instagram a few months ago about it, and that was really good for me. It just felt like this weight was like lifting off my shoulders. I felt a lot more relaxed and like comfortable with that part of myself. So that's another reason I'm making this, is because I want to be more open about it, and so this is helping me. I guess, yeah, the thing is, I got diagnosed about early 2017, maybe February or March. I started going to therapy and started taking medication pretty soon after. It was not a good semester last semester in terms of my mental health. It was really bad, and I made a lot of challenge videos with my friends because that was all I could do. I could only get in front of the camera and act like happy and cheerful if I had my friends there to support me. And so to everyone that was in those videos with me, if you guys are watching this, thank you. That I didn't tell you that that was why I was making them or how much it meant to me, but if you are watching this, it did mean a lot to me because I really do love YouTube. I really do love getting in front of this camera and acting and talking about the things I love and getting to talk to anyone who comments on my videos. It's really great. So, you know, Amanda, Katie, Sarah, if you guys are all watching this, you are the best. And I love you more than anything. I guess I should use this time now to discuss my depression and anxiety, because I'm now here talking to you, so that would be a good thing to do, I guess. So like I said, I got diagnosed around February or March of last year, so it's been about almost a year now since my diagnosis or whatever. The first time I started asking myself if I was depressed, the first time people started showing concern or asking me, and the first time I really thought that this could be a thing in my life was freshman year of high school. And for context, I'm now a senior in college, so I waited a really, really long time to address this. And that is for a lot of reasons. Number one being that I guess I figured that a lot of people must have it worse. Like, yeah, you know, maybe I do feel really like low all the time, and maybe doing these things gives me a lot of anxiety, but it can't be that bad. And that was made all the much worse because I know that I have a very passionate, dramatic personality. So I convinced myself that that's what was happening, is I'm not that sad, I'm just a dramatic person, I'm just being over the top. And I convinced myself of that for a really long time, and that's one of the many reasons why I just kind of brushed this aside. And another one that has to do with my personality is that generally I'm very bubbly. I'm usually pretty perky and happy when I'm around people. Even if I'm feeling really crappy, I have this, it makes me feel like I'm having a spotlight shined on me if people like notice I'm not okay and they're like concerned about me, which I know is like really bad because like it's nice for people to be concerned and I really appreciate the concern obviously, but it just makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong or I'm like bringing everyone down, so it's like kind of stresses me out. So even if I'm having a really hard time, I act like my normal bubbly self. And so when I would, you know, mention to people that I thought maybe I was depressed or maybe I was having problems, you know, they would always make this face, and I don't know how to interpret their face. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking, but the way I saw it, and this might have just been all in my head, but it just seemed to me like they were kind of going like, really? You? And maybe that's not what they were thinking. Maybe they were just didn't know what to say, which is the case a lot of times, and I totally get that because I still don't know what to say a lot of the time to people. But in my head, it was like I felt like they didn't believe me. And then I thought, oh, maybe they shouldn't believe me. Maybe I'm just making this up, or maybe, I don't know. Basically, yeah. So that's another reason, is I just convinced myself, and I was scared to have to say it out loud. I was scared to say that I'm depressed and that I have anxiety and that that's just something that's in my life. The camera stopped recording. I don't know how much of that you got. I'm just gonna, I'll just leave that out. Basically, the gist is I started feeling depressed and anxious probably around freshman year. Actually, I think the anxiety was probably sooner. I don't know if I could put an exact date on all of this, but you know, The thing is, it was about 5 or 6 years before I did anything about it, and that was a mistake because all of the things I told myself, like, it's not that bad, just ignore it, it'll go away, those were not true. Those were complete lies. It got worse and worse and worse. It got to the point where I needed help. I really needed help. I really needed to get to that therapist, and I really needed to muster up the courage to do that, because otherwise I would just, it's not good. So my point here is to say that if you think that there's a problem, if your moods are changing and you're acting different than usual and you don't know why, and if you suddenly don't want to do the things you love, or you suddenly are having trouble going out with people that you like, or if you feel like, if you are out with friends, if you feel like you were like not supposed to be there, everyone and everyone's having a great time and there's no reason why you shouldn't be, but you just feel like you're staring at a sea full of people in like blue shirts, and then you look down and you're wearing a red shirt and you realize you just don't belong, that there's some sort of problem, and that feeling just fills you with dread because, oh my gosh, like, what am I doing here? I feel like I'm staring at everyone and I'm not even really present. I'm just watching everyone do their thing, and I'm just sitting here with this like feeling like someone's attached an anchor to my heart and it's like sinking into my stomach. If you feel any of those things, get help now, because I'm telling you, it doesn't go away, not on your own. Talk to someone, even if it's scary. It is scary. It's really scary because you don't know if they're gonna react well or if they're gonna believe you. But hey, I know one person that you can always talk to is a therapist or a counselor. Those people are, it's their job to talk to people about this. And if you don't have access to a counselor or a therapist, I can almost promise you that there's someone in your life that will understand. So just close your eyes right now and think of the person in your life that you trust the most, and I would talk to them. It's better to talk to someone and them say you're fine and then just go on with your life than not talk to someone and realize you're not fine when you've wasted like 5 years of your life not being fine and getting worse. And just, don't do that. Depression and anxiety are weird because they're like the exact opposites, but somehow they kind of go hand in hand. Like sometimes you feel them both simultaneously, and sometimes it's like one or the other. Sometimes it's like one leads to the other. It's weird, but basically, I don't know. I think depression and anxiety are different for everyone, but if I had to describe it, for me, I kind of described depression earlier. Sometimes it feels like, for me, there's like someone's tied like a weight or something to my heart and it's just sinking for no reason. And sometimes it feels like nothing. Sometimes I don't feel sad. It's not sadness, it's just like numbness. And there's not really a good reason for it. And sometimes it's just not even wanting to get up. It's not wanting to do anything. And for me, the point where I knew that there was a problem was when I had all these ideas for YouTube videos and I didn't want to do them. Like, I had my camera, I had my tripod, and I had a place to film, and I just didn't do it. That was like honestly kind of scary for me, because anyone who knows me knows I really love doing this YouTube thing. Anxiety, on the other hand, is pretty different. It kind of feels, for me, like kind of like someone's blowing up a balloon in your chest, maybe, or like there's something like a fist in your chest, like tightening everything up. Or to go with a balloon analogy, it feels like it's getting bigger and bigger until it's like about to pop. and that's stressful. And it's not like everyone feels anxiety sometimes. That's true. But if you're feeling that for seemingly no reason, or if you're feeling that a lot, then I would talk to someone about that too. So my camera is on the verge of death. So I'm just gonna wrap this up and say that I hope I get around to uploading this, because I'm kind of afraid at the moment that I won't. I don't know. We'll see when I'm editing it how I feel. If you understand what I'm talking about when I'm talking about these things, and you need to talk to someone, do leave something down in the comments if you feel comfortable. And this isn't a new conversation, but it's something that needs to continue to be talked about, and needs to be talked about more and more. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about depression. Let's talk about anxiety. Let's talk about how it affects us. And let's talk about what we can do to improve ourselves and improve the people around us. One thing I want to do this year is, even though I'm going to really try to go back to making more fandom-esque videos, I also want to do maybe once a month or once every 2 months something, some video revolving around mental health. Maybe like things you can do to improve your mental health, maybe just discussing different things about, I don't know. I'm gonna try to do that. That's gonna be what I'm gonna try to do this year, on top of, making videos at all. So thank you guys for listening. This was really hard for me to make, and I'm dreading some people in my personal life seeing this, because I don't like to talk about it very much. It's kind of hard for me, but I guess I'm trying to make this to get a conversation going, so I hope that I can do that. So wish me luck on that, on being more open about it and working harder to improve it, because I have the power to improve it, and so I just need to be willing to do that. So if any one of you are struggling, you're not alone. There's someone else in this world that knows what you're going through, and there's someone to talk to. So talk to someone, and things will get better. So just let yourself try to get better, because that is something that's hard for me. The thing about depression is it's so easy to know. Like, people say simple things like get some exercise, eat better, write down good things about yourself in the journal. It's simple tasks, but the thing is, when you have depression, they're not simple. It's really hard to get out and do that. So I forgot what my point was here, but yeah, it's that you need to be willing to try, because that is hard, and I know it's hard. I know. Just believe in yourself enough to try, I guess. I'm not a particularly good speaker. I don't know if any of this was helpful, and if it was like the opposite, if it was entirely unhelpful or was somehow negatively impacting someone. I'm very, very sorry. Let me know. I don't know how to end this. I feel like I should do something positive, like say something positive, but I didn't script this out. And I don't really know what to say now. So I hope that this video gave you something positive. And I hope that this year will be good for you. And if it's not, I hope that whatever struggles or hardships you go through this year only end up making you stronger and wiser for it. So have a great 2018. I'll see you back here soon. I want to make another serious video, so if you've made it all the way to the end, expect that probably within the next week or so. Again, it really just depends on my mood. I'm really going to try harder this year to upload, so you better watch out for that, because Sydney the Fangirl is coming back with a vengeance. So, okay, I'm just going to end it now. This is just dragging on for too long, so until next time, peace out, Girl Scouts.